All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we are live in full effect, and we got the one and only, man. We got the ever so talented champ, the General, right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
What's good? What's good? I'm blessed. How you doing? What's poppin', Canada? What's poppin'?
Hey, man, doing best we can possibly be down here, man. You know, just weather going all crazy, haywire, snow, but hey, man, that's Canadian weather, man. How's everything out there on your end?
Hey man, it's blessed, man. We getting a little up and down weather too, but we staying involved. We staying out the way, you know.
Hey, man, that's the best way to possibly be, man. Just stay focused and keep your eye on the prize.
I heard that, man. How y'all doing, man? What's poppin' though?
But champ, I do know, man, that you are a busy individual. So I'm gonna dive right into this interview, man. But I gotta take you back to the beginning of your amazing career this far, and I have to ask, man, what actually made you decide to get into the music industry initially, man? Because I'm pretty sure I can speak for the rest of the fans. When they slide in a Champ the General record, your music is just so smooth, man. It comes so natural to you.
I appreciate y'all, man. First and foremost, thank you very much. To answer your question, man, what got me into music, man, was just for one the love and the excitement of it. But just growing up in the Bronx, man, it was music all around me. You know, that was hip hop was already popping, and as you can see, man, New York was of course the mecca of hip hop and rap music. So just growing up in the city and seeing the fast life on all levels, just growing up fast childhood, fast school, fast everything, because the city is just moving so fast. So just being inspired by a lot of artists that we grew up listening to, I just felt a love for it and started rocking with it and just kept getting better. And now we out here doing us.
And also as well, man, I had the opportunity to actually visit out there before, man, and you are not kidding about how the city just never stops moving, man. It's actually crazy, man. I don't know how you guys deal with it 24/7, 365, man, but if grew up there, you're most definitely probably just grown into it and used to it.
For real, man. It's funny because when I'm outside of New York and then getting back into New York, you see the difference. Like in other places, other towns, other cities, other states, the town like shuts down after a certain time. It's like after 12, 1 o'clock, like certain businesses aren't even open. Man, in New York, it could be 3 in the morning, and you can still get some Popeyes chicken. It's kind of crazy in some places. Not the entire city, but definitely like in Harlem, downtown, in Manhattan. It's just lights all night. Like the lights never go off. It's almost like you lose track of time sometimes.
And I gotta say, I definitely agree with that, man. You know what I mean? But you can never go wrong with the lights, man. You know what I mean? I think if all the lights go off one day, I think it would. I don't think New Yorkers would really know what to do, in my personal opinion.
Nah, we probably won't. We probably make our own lights. Probably start lighting some lighters and candles and just keep it going. Because we busybodies as a city. We keep it busy. You feel me?
And also as well, man, on March 21st of 2020, you actually released my personal favorite song by you, titled Presidential Shit. I was wondering if you can actually shed some light on this phenomenal project, and of course, where can our listeners actually buy or stream themselves a copy of this single today?
That single is on YouTube, also all streaming platforms. You can go to Spotify, you can go to SoundCloud, you can go to Apple Music, wherever you are a member. You can get Champ the General. You can put Champ the General, CHAMPDA General, and that song is Presidential Shit, produced by my man Don Dizzle in the system. And that's kind of a dope record of mine too. I ain't gonna front. It's interesting you brought that one up.
And I have to ask as well, man, like, what actually made you decide to actually call that song "Presidential Shit"? Was it actually influenced by like all the bull crap that Trump was doing back in 2020, or was it just what you were feeling at that current moment?
A little bit of both. I've been in a presidential state of mind. Having to be the CEO and president of GP Mafia. My guys call me the General, which is an honor and I appreciate. Big shout out to GP Mafia, Young Ray, Drip Six, Gail Savo, Beanie, everybody, what I'm saying? Shout to the whole GP Mafia team. And also shout to Vamp Life Records, Empire Records, Push Management, Lighthouse Management, the whole team, you know what I'm saying? But, we just doing us. You know, we can't even complain. We just outside making this music, and also to get my music, I just dropped my album Trap Ghost Volume 1, and that's also streaming on all platforms. So really, wherever you're a member, if you just type Champ the General, and Champ is with a DA in general, you should be able to get my music. And if you have a problem finding my music, hit me on Instagram, Champ the General _ GP Mafia, and I'll send you a personal link. You know what I'm saying?
And also as well, when you actually brought up GP Mafia a few moments ago, I was actually wondering, man, what is the story behind that music group? And of course, how did you meet the other members, man? Because you guys have such phenomenal chemistry.
I appreciate you. GP Mafia, first and foremost, what inspired the group is, we're family. The other member is my brother. One is my nephew, and the other one's a very close friend of mine who's like a sister. So we like a Mafia family, but that's what the Mafia stands for. It's just a connotation for family. So we just fam. We kind of grew up together. A lot of us grew up in New York. Some of us came to Atlanta and met some other people. Big shout to my man, Radio. You know what I'm saying? D. Murcielago, Bam, my Atlanta crew. You know what I'm saying? So reality is like we're a fam. We care about each other in real life, and the chemistry. I think that's what made the music just better, because when the energy and the spirit and everybody has a mastermind and we're all on the same page, it just allows things to flow natural and more easier. So I would say, GP Mafia album is coming. It was started with me, my brother, and Young Poe. My brother is Young Ray. You know what I'm saying? And a big shout out to Young Poe, who was another one of my brothers from another mother. But I would answer that question with say, what inspired us and what made the chemistry good is just the love for each other. We keep God first, and we always keep it G at the same time and try to stay focused and moving forward. But it's all about putting positive energy from our life experiences mainly, and also things we aspire to do, like things we're reaching for. We just try to put positive energy in the music as well as reality. You know what I mean?
And also as well, man, when you actually brought up a few moments ago actually about the GP Mafia album coming soon, I know you probably can't let too many cats out of the bag, of course, but I have to ask, man, from what you can talk about, what can our listeners actually expect from this up-and-coming project, man? Because, me personally, I'm actually pumped just to hear you guys are actually putting out a record.
Actually, we got music out from the past, because GP Mafia has put out music in the past. So if you go to YouTube and just Google G.P. Mafia, you'll see some songs and videos that we put out in the past, like probably in the past 5 to 10 years, just of us, getting our, mojo together, just showing our energy and our spirit and our sound. But in the near future, I would say between now and the end of this year, I'm trying to get it done by the summer. It's really, up to the rest of the members in the group in reference to how fast we can get it done, because we're working with, multiple schedules, of course. So when you're dealing with more than one schedule, and one of the members is out of state who's coming in state by next month. So with that being said, we're looking for a release on that between the summertime and possibly the fall. Right now, we're focusing on my project, which is Champ the General Trap Ghost Volume 1. I'm also working on Volume 2, which is released by Vamp Life and Empire Records. Big shout to 730 More Work Poem and Jim Jones, because that's Vamp Life right there. That's the family. So I got to always shout Dipset and everybody, too, and 730 Dip Deepers. But that's what we're looking to do. We're gonna ride off this Trap Ghost Volume 1, which I encourage all of you to tap in. It's a classic project. We're going to drop GP Mafia, Rise of the Mafia, and we're going to drop Champ the General Volume 2. And from that point on, we have the members of the Mafia are working on their solo projects. And then you'll see each individual person, from GP Mafia get to, show you a part of their solo thing, which I'm going to be fully behind 100% supporting. So we just try to do one project at a time so we can give it our undivided attention so that it's successful. But we have a plethora of great music for the world, and you will not be disappointed. That's all I can tell you.
And also as well, man, January 2nd of 2021, you actually teamed up with Young Ray and the legendary Jim Jones to actually release the single Zoo York Giants. I was wondering, how did yourself and Jim originally get connected, and of course, what was it like just working with fellow East Coast hip-hop legend like him?
Man, that was first and foremost a blessing. Big shout to Capo, Jim Jones, you know what I'm saying, Vamp Life, Bird Gang, all of that. 730, you know what I'm saying, More Work, Big Poem. How that came about was me and Young Ray, I was working on my solo project, which is Trap Goes Volume 1. Me and my producers, Milwaukee Black, Justin Make Beats, you know, and the rest of the team. So we came up with what we call the New York Anthem, which is Zoo York Giants. So I was actually just pushing the record at first. It was featured my brother Young Ray, because we're from the Bronx. So I needed I didn't want to just make it about myself because I'm representing the whole city. So first I got my brother on the record, and then I started to let other people hear the record. And at that time, there was a few other guys who were actually in the industry who wanted to get on the record. But we felt Jim Jones would be the best candidate because he just honestly just fit the dynamic the best. And of course, we've always been fans of Jim, you know what I'm saying? So it was always a blessing. So once Jim jumped on the record, it was a go even more from that point on, because then we got the video done. And I encourage you guys to go to YouTube and check out the York Giants, Champ the General featuring Jim Jones and Young Ray video. So once we got the video done, we were shooting the video, Capone pulled up, him and Jimmy came through. We shot the video and right there in the Bronx, had the whole neighborhood outside. It was a beautiful experience. And from that point on, I agreed to come on with Vamp Life on distribution and Empire. And we've been promoting it ever since then. After that, I dropped my second single, and then we dropped the project. But that just came about, honestly, just as a blessing. It wasn't planned. It was just, God is good. So I just feel Jimmy liked the record and wanted to get on it. So once he got on the record, we did our business, and everything was a go. And I'm 100% grateful, appreciative, and forever indebted, because I feel it's a classic record. It gets bigger every day, and some people call it the New York Anthem. So I'm always excited for that. Hopefully it really just takes over the world. But I got people all over the world hitting me on that record. People from Australia, people from other countries, they just love the record. People who've never been to New York. So I'm very proud of the record. I'm very thankful for Jim Jones, Capone, and Vamp Life for just blessing us with the feature and helping us, also with the distribution. So that just came about as a blessing. It was not planned. So I could just say, God, do the grace of God. You know what I mean?
And I gotta say as well, man, you guys put out a phenomenal music video as well. When I was actually doing the research for this interview, man, I noticed that it's actually like almost at 84,000. It was like 83,300 and something. I gotta say, man, that's phenomenal in 1 year, man. It's gonna keep going up at that point as well.
And what we did was, we definitely have plans for that to go up. We wanted to do organic, no paid views. We just released the record and just let people find it on their own and see it themselves, because I wanted to know the true demographic and the demographics of who was actually, listening to the record and how people were responding to it. We know a lot of people get on YouTube and they start fixing the numbers, but we wanted to have organic numbers, and we see now organically the record growing slowly but surely. So I appreciate that, and I'm very proud of that.
And I noticed as well, the one thing I have to ask pertaining to this video, because I noticed as well that some of the music video was actually filmed at an outdoor basketball court in New York. And I know New York is freaking huge, but was that actually the same basketball court where Biggie actually filmed I believe one of his last in-person interviews?
No, that was a basketball court out in the Bronx. Biggie filmed his probably somewhere in Brooklyn. I'm not sure which interview you're referring to, but most of his were in Brooklyn, possibly in Manhattan. I don't recall of any. But that was, that was over there in the BX, Allerton Avenue, New Jack. Big shout to New Jack. Bottom to the top. I can't forget my brothers, Big Dale Mace, BG, Fendi J, Jawara, Flames. Big shout to my team in the Bronx, man. MB and the SMM crew came through, and we was outside. With our Dollar and the team, Vinny, everybody was there. So, You know, my man Bumpy 103 pulled up, dub work. I mean, it was so much love. My brothers Imani and Bari, they was outside with us. My nieces, we had the whole hood and the family out. So that was a blessing. And like I said, Pone and Jimmy and the whole crew pulled up, and it was a movie. It was a zoovie. That's what they called it that day. They was like, yo, this is a zoovie. We outside. So definitely check the video out, because, man, it was a blessing, man. It was such fun out there. We was outside acting a fool. We was definitely acting up. That's what they would say.
And I know throughout the interview, you've been talking about your most recent record and whatnot, but I'm actually going to be giving the listeners a taste of this album right here on the FM dial. So if they haven't already had the opportunity to stream or listen to this album, I'm going to be playing the song Love Lives On. And I was wondering, man, what can our listeners actually expect from this song if it's their first time hearing it right here on the Canadian FM dial this evening?
Man, that's a blessing, man. I know my brother's smiling down on me right now. Man, Love Lives On is a dedication. That's really the bonus track on my album. It's my brother who just passed away about 2 years ago. And he's actually one of the founding members, along myself, of GP Mafia, Love Luch. I call him Larry Love because, when we was young, that was his nickname. But the streets know him as Love Luch, you know what I'm saying? He was also a general in GP Mafia. And, he was my first person to ever encourage me to do this music. He was the first one to believe me, and he made sacrifices for our team. He went to jail and stood tall on some things where he could have brought others down, and he didn't. And that allowed people in the crew to move forward and change their life. And we owe him a lot. You know what I mean? We owe him a lot. And he passed away like about 2 years ago. Through some unfortunate circumstances I don't really want to get into. But, he's my brother, and GP Mafia is about loyalty, keeping God first and showing love, and love lives on through me, because that's my brother, and I can never forget him. So I know one day, if I ever get old and lose my mind, I could always go back to the song, remind myself of my brother, you know what I'm saying? So this is a dedication to my brother Larry Love. Love lives on. And I'm just telling our story, the truth, man. Like this dude is the definition of loyalty. He's the one that showed me how to be strong at times when I wasn't as strong as I wanted to be. I was, under some serious adversity. We were young. And, he got caught doing something crazy. It was involving the chief of the police and all that, and he stood tall. So I still have to say, his sacrifices is the reason why I was able to really get away from some things. And also his support as a friend and a brother taught me loyalty, the true definition of sacrificing for your best friend or for your brother, and wanting for your brother as you want for yourself. So as a blessing to him, his family, his mother, and the world, we made a song dedicated to him, and it really was the bonus track. It wasn't even a playing record on the project. It just was a bonus track. But we appreciate you playing that. Real talk.
But I have to ask, man, aside from pushing this record and, of course, the Jim Jones song as well, what is next for yourself, Champ the General? Is there anything we happen to miss during this interview? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the Canadian FM dial this evening.
Well, first and foremost, definitely we are dealing with fashion. We dealing with movies. We shooting more videos. You can go to champthegeneral.com, please, and get involved. Get some of the champthegeneral.com merchandise. I got stuff for the kids, the dog. I got stuff for the mom, the dad, the whole family. Go check us out. So champthegeneral.com. Also, I'll encourage you to go check out my videos. On YouTube. You can spell it AH. Also, you can go, of course, check out New York Giants featuring Jim Jones and Young Ray. Or you can definitely check out Shmoney. You got presidential shit. And also, please download the album, because the album, people have compared it to the greats already. I've had people tell me it reminded them of Nas, Illmatic, which was crazy to me. Some people would compare it to Rock Cam. These are like legends in my book. So just the body of work that people, and these people who told me this are real critiques. So I was shocked. So I would just say, listen to the Trap Ghost Volume 1. I'm doing a video to every song, so look out each month for something new. We're working on Volume 2, and I'm coming with GP Mafia, and that's what it is. Also, request on BET, Jams, MTV, New York Giants video. We've been getting a lot of play on that, so you can definitely, if you want to, you can call BET and say, hey, run that Chip General and Jim Jones and Young Ray one more time. MTV, all channels have showed love as well, and Revolt. So that's what we're working on. Now, Trap Ghost Volume 1, I'm working on a Trap Ghost mini movie. I'm working on a video for every song, like I told you. So just tap in. We got a lot of content coming. We got the merchandise, and I got some super, super duper talented people in the GP Mafia that's coming through after me. So it's a whole lot in store. Big shout out to Chief Cherokee also. Can't forget my man, Chief Cherokee, who's another artist in GP Mafia. You know what I'm saying?
And also as well, man, before we part ways, man, I know you dropped your Instagrams and whatnot throughout the interview, man, but if you can, would you be able to drop all your social media handles? That way our listeners can follow you, like on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything you've got.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so on Facebook is Champ the General, CHAMPDA General. On Instagram is, of course, the @ CHAMPDAGENERAL_GP Mafia. That is also Champ the General on TikTok, Champ the General on Spotify, Champ the General on SoundCloud, Champ the General everywhere. Facebook, Champ the General. Only on Instagram you will have to really put the _GP Mafia. But when you're looking for Champ the General, it's not Champ the General, it's Champ the General with a DA. So that's how you know it's me. You'll see the logo with the champ, with the champion C on it, and you'll see this cat with the 27-karat gold chain on holding it down. You heard? We outside getting to the bag. Big shout out to Push, Duprano, 8-Ball MJG, my big brothers. Can't forget them. You know what I'm saying? Boot Camp Click, you already know. Dipset, everybody. Capone, Jim Jones, Shaniqua, everybody. 730, the whole team. Champ Life, GP Mafia. Thank you very much. Shout out to DJ Butter, Coldest and DJs, everybody that show me love. We outside. Got young Drip 6 in the studio with me right now. That's the young boy. He got that pressure too. We outside.
I gotta say, first and foremost, Champ, thank you so much again, man, and definitely have yourself a wonderful night, man. Hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon, but for now, definitely have yourself a wonderful night.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Outlaw Radio, Canada. I love y'all. Thank you very much. I'm going to see y'all soon out there. I'm trying to come do some shows once this pandemic get under control. You heard?
Hey, most definitely, man. I'm pretty sure I can speak for all the Canadians, man. We're definitely pumped and eager for you to cross that border, man, and tear up our venues.
That's right. Mafia, Champion General, LOV, One Love, Canada. I love y'all.